the times you whip my ass just to keep me in line. I'm thankful for you.
Everything you've done and you do just to keep me standing on two.
I'm thankful for you. Cause you stand so strong and have my back even though I'm wrong. I'm thankful for you.
And without you I'd be a mess, man, or nothing at all.
Let me start by saying, what's going down? What's going down? It's your boy AG the Dad, and I am so happy. It's a brand new year with brand new fitness tips by Vince the Beast with Team Fitness Major. And man, you know, every day we strive to make sure that each one of us lives a healthier lifestyle. And we're living day to day with plenty of challenges. So today, we're going to bring in the Beast and have him explain to you how to overcome some of these challenges. What's going down, Beast?
Hey, Happy
Man,
New Year, brother.
man. Yeah, Harry Chestnuts to you, and Happy New Year's too.
Glad to see you in the new year.
Yes,
Hope to
yes,
see
yes.
hope everyone else is here in the new year.
Right on. Well, hey man, I'm just gonna turn it right over to you, man. Let you handle the business, man. Let's start the new year off just getting right in.
All right. Appreciate that. Again, hope everything is well with you and the fam. Fam's good over here. We are good. We are healthy and well. Um, got some people dealing with a little bit of cold, but nothing major.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Family's good. Everybody's good. As far as I know, all the fans are good, but you know, we'll see how that goes.
Well, we hope to hear from y'all.
Yep.
Type in. Let
Tap
us
in.
know how you feeling. Let us know if you feeling good. Let us know if you're healthy and well. Let us know that you made it through to the new year and you're ready to get this party started, get this show going, get this transformation going onto a healthier, better you. Like you
Okay,
said,
I'm back.
this is AG the Dad's podcast. You're
What's
talking
going down,
Sunday,
everybody?
fitness tip of the week. You got me. You got a phone, AG. We can hear you.
Say what? What'd you say to me?
We can still hear you.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good. Yeah, said it's Vince the Beast, man. Make sure y'all tune in, chime in, like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know that you made it to the new year. Blessings to all. And again, have the fam and everything is checking out well. So we're ready to get this new year going. And also, for those of you that have done New Year's resolutions, if that's your thing, if you have, let me know or let us know what your New Year's resolutions are. If you have any, let us know if you've already taken some steps towards that New Year's. Because I know a lot of people, they start their New Year's off and they get started, day one, which is great. I always say, myself, I don't do New Year's resolutions, but if I have a new plan, if I have a new piece of action that I want to take, I just get to it. I don't wait for any particular day or any particular time of year, any season. I just go. And so that's me. So for myself, again, I don't do New Year's resolutions, but if you do, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's all good. Just let us know, what your New Year goals are, and what you have going, and what if you've already started, What have you started doing? Also, if you have not started, what is your game plan? What is your plan in place? See, as we know, proper preparation prevents poor performance. So if you have a game plan, what is it? Let us know what you got going. Let us know where you know how you what steps you have in plan. What steps you have in place to plan for that success. And of course, if you need some assistance, you can always hit us up at teamfitnessmajor.com, and you can check us out on the website. If you have a simple question, you can always just do the contact us tab, put in your name, contact information, and what's your question or what is your uh, thing that you're looking for, or you think something you want to know about. Also, if you want to get a free consultation, we still have the free consultations going. Of course, we always do. Go on and hit that new client survey and tap in on that so that you can get an understanding of what it is that we have to offer, and we can do a free consultation with you at that time and find out if we can make a fit for you to have success with our journey, with our process and our programming. You can also hit the phone number up, 916-410-1950. So, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, share, donate. I didn't forget that. New year, but we ain't changing the process. Make sure that you donate to the program, donate to the movement, so that we can keep pursuing and building better product, and also giving you guys better and much more content going forward. So again, we're talking about New Year's. I don't know if you guys have been in the gym. I don't know if AG's been in the gym yet, but I know I was in the gym yesterday with a client, and I even heard from people today that went to the gym. It was like, man, this gym, like the gym was a lot more populated than normal. Uh, it was, it had a whole different cast of characters that have come from the woodworks and stepped into the horizon. So, as we know, and it's funny because I know there's been years, especially particular, since the COVID hit, where it hasn't been as it wasn't as much of a transition. But I know this year, like I say yesterday, I was in the gym with a client, and we was like, there was a lot of people. We go at the same time. Most of my sessions are with clients that I meet with are pretty much the same time. So we went there, and yeah, there was quite a few people that never seen before. So, as you know, it can become, I remember a meme I saw years ago where it showed December in the gym, and it was like empty. Then it showed January in the gym, and it showed like it was the WWE Battle Royal. So it was, it was packed. And it wasn't that bad yesterday, but it was definitely a lot of more. It was a lot of people that I have not seen before, or we have not seen before. So, that's good. If that's you and you're one taking that step, go forward now. Kudos. And like I said, let's go. Keep it moving. If you are a person that's been going to the gym, and if you notice the change too, chime in. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen at least in one day. I went there 2 days ago. This was my third day in the gym. Today was my third day of the new year. The night before, I didn't really notice the difference when I was there training myself. But that was at a different gym. But at the gym I was at last night, definitely noticed the difference. Which brings a lot to the topic of this show. The challenges. And I posted in my Facebook. If you are not a friend already, please, or follower, please follow me on Facebook at Fitness Major. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Team Fitness Major. I posed the question about your challenges. And what is the number one thing that you want to focus on in the first, starting out in the new year, particularly the first quarter? what is the biggest thing? And of course, we highlighted for the show, and you let us know which one is yours, is your number one piece or number one challenge, number one obstacle, or the number one thing you want to tackle starting the new 2023 year, right? They're calling it already. They're calling it the Jordan year because Michael Jordan and everything. Um, so if if you have one of these goals, or if there's something else, but these are I pretty much I talk about this all the time. The four pillars, the four legs of sturdy, sound success when it comes to your health and wellness, nutrition, fitness, stress management, and proper rest. All four of those are vital and they're super important. And for some people, um, one of the, two of the or three of the four may be in a good at a good range, or they maybe have a good handle on that. Maybe just 50-50, maybe 2 and 2, maybe 1 and 3. I don't know. That's what you're here for, to tell us which one is which one are you? Which one is the biggest challenge, or your number one challenge to go for to take on in the beginning of the year? And if it's all four, and it's all four, but well, which one do you seem to? I put this together because which one is your biggest struggle when it comes to these four different challenges, right? And for me, I just speak for myself. The fitness thing, it's not a problem. Me going to the gym, crushing it, is not a problem. Um, I'm trying to change my workouts because I'm getting a little more size than I want. So I'm trying to adapt and modify some of my workouts. Plus, I have some body aches that I'm trying to work through. So, but as far as the gym and working out and training, that's never been the issue for me. That's always been a strength. Um, Stress management, life is hitting us, and it has, especially over the last couple of years, 3 years, it's hit us from all these different angles. But stress and stress management is can be a challenge for a lot. For me, I mean, I would say it's higher, but I do have other different. I have ways that I take it on and manage it. So I would say a big part of that is contained. Could definitely be improvement, and again, just because that's not your number one, or just because you feel you have a good grasp on it, doesn't mean that it can't be improved or you can't keep working on it. Because it's a full-time job, learning and knowing yourself and work and getting to know yourself. So it's always going to be adaptation and changes, modifications made, and tweaking that you need to do in your day-to-day life for your health and just for your evolution and growth as a person. So, but yeah, stress. I have a few coping mechanisms, things that I do to help me get through my stress. Um, proper rest. I think proper rest is good for me. There's times where you don't want to sleep, or go to sleep late, or go to sleep too early, then you wake up middle of the night. But overall, all in all, I still get my naps in on a regular basis, and I still maintain trying to get in bed early, or get in bed at a good time, and getting that proper rest. So I would say that that's pretty good on mine. Nutrition, definitely, it can be a struggle, and this time of year is particularly can be a struggle with, now we're pretty much out of the holidays. But I would say out of the four, I would lean towards nutrition and or stress, because like I said, life, so many curbs and things going on, dealing with things with life, with yourself, with work and family and everything going on around the world. That some days can be much better than others, but some days can be pretty rough. Um, and if you are dealing with that, and if you can manage it, great, but don't feel or think that you have to take it all on your shoulders and hold that together, or hold that in. definitely, if you need to go get some help, seek some of that, some assistance, some guidance, some coaching with that. Definitely look into that because it's nothing to frown on, and it's nothing that you should look at as a sign of weakness. So if you need to get help with your stress or anxiety or depression, you know, uh, these holidays or Christmas stuff is a rough time for a lot of people. I know it has. I have my own challenges at this time of year, but being transparent. But with family and things that have happened around this time of year, unfortunate things. So I know a lot of people that have had that same issue are concerned. So, it's nothing wrong with going out and getting that guidance. Just like nothing wrong with coming, getting a free consultation and signing up and doing a program or getting a package or a session in with us at Fitness Major. There's nothing wrong with getting that assistance. So the same thing applies. It's just another form of assistance. So if you need to go get some assistance for stress management, for anxiety or anything like that, please definitely reach out and seek some guidance for that, particularly from a professional. I mean, family and friends are great, but unless they have a background in this, it can they can be a good support system and a good form of support and guidance with that. But you want to, but you want to definitely make sure that you get some aid from a professional as well, because they can offer some things and some experiences and some education that the common person that may just only deal with things that they know about themselves or in their own little circle. It's always a different level when it comes to getting help from a professional who has went to study and has practiced this as a profession, especially when it comes to things like fitness trainers or um, uh, mental health experts. Most people in the realm of health, period, most people, not all, of course, that most of them do it. I mean, some of them, some things can pay some really nice money, and there are going to be some people that are just out for the buck, just out to get the check. But for most people, I would say it is a way, it is a passion, it is something that they that is in them, that they they're maybe a helper, or they're a very caring person, or they just they like to um, help other people feel good, or whatever the case. But it usually a lot of times it's something that if you really take the time out to talk to the person, maybe research them, look at their bios, look at their, if they have socials, look at some of the things they may do, um, look at or just talk to them and just ask them questions. Ask about their why. Ask about their why. They have they have a passion for this, for some one form or another. You know, like with me, I mean, I've been in the fitness industry professionally since 2008. And in that time, of course I've trained a lot of people, and I've done classes and made money and done speaking engagements, so on and so forth. But I've also done volunteer work. I've done charity. I've reached out in the community. I post different pieces, free content, um, as such you see now. So you don't do that typically if you don't care or have a passion for the business. And not only that, you don't stick around for over a decade for something that you're just trying to get a check in. A lot of times, most of the time, if a person is doing it just for the finance or just for the glam or whatever the reason, you get burnt out, because it's not all easy. Even something that you are passionate about, even something that you care about and love doing or love as a profession, it still burns you out. It still can get trying times. And it's just, but that's the one reason why they say finding your passion to work on, or the field to be in, as your make sure it's something that you're passionate about, that you care about, that you enjoy generally enjoy doing, because it's going to help you get through those tough and trying times. Similar to like I talk about when I talk about exercise and training. Like, don't always just, I mean, you do what's necessary, of course. There's a lot of necessary things that you might not enjoy or might not be comfortable with doing, that you have to do that. But you can also find different things that you may enjoy doing in that in that square, in that realm, right? So, like I said, if you're a person that don't really like going to the gym or like working out in the gym particularly, about just one on one, but you like dancing or you like swimming, taking an aqua class, doing a Zumba class, taking a hip hop fitness class, things like that. Something that you may enjoy doing, even if you're just doing a couple of days a week, it can help you to find some enjoyment or give you something to look forward to in your journey, and which is going to again keep you going. Because if you just dread everything that you're doing in this journey, you're not going to commit to be consistent and progressive in your training and in your workouts, and you're not going to make this a lifestyle, and you're going to fall off. So it is so important to understand that. But anyway, I'm off a little bit, but I wanted to express, the importance of one of the pillars, the stress, and then like I said, just really seeking help. But cause people again, people like me are passionate about what we do. So, and that's the type of people that I like to gravitate to when I seek help for any type of thing, whatever the field is. If I'm going to you for your expertise, I want to work with somebody or to pay somebody that is passionate about what they're doing. Because most of the time they're gonna give out more than what they're getting in financially. They're gonna give you a little extra, especially if they see that you're really trying and or are succeeding in whatever it is that you're seeking help for, and you are following instructions, and you are constantly trying to build that knowledge base to kind of learn how to grow in that journey that you're on. They're gonna want to go above and beyond, just like I tell my daughter now, but tell my kids, like, if you go to the teacher and you ask them things, about quizzes or about questions about the subject, and you ask, is there anything I can do to help get my grade up? Is there anything that I can do to get some extra credit? Any things that what tips do you recommend that I do to kind of help me to learn this subject a little better, a little faster, make it easier for me? If a teacher hears that, a teacher is going to do a little bit more for that particular student, as opposed to the one that's like, oh, I come in, I'm set back in the back of the room and I'm quiet. My grades are average, but I don't really ask for assistance. I don't ask any questions. I don't. I don't really care. I'm just in and out, going through the motions. You know, you're not gonna get as much bang for. You're not gonna get the most out of that experience with that person in that case. So yeah, but stress definitely is one for me. But nutrition is kind of a tricky one. I mean, I don't eat bad per se. I don't eat a lot of unhealthy foods. I've still been on my little chocolate kick. I get a little bit of chocolate, probably every other day, if not sometimes daily. Some of it depends on the stress levels, or it just depends. Those late night hunger cravings, or whatever. That late night monster. It's real. I tell you, it's real. That's one thing why I say you want to try to beat that craving. Go to sleep before that kicks in, because once it kicks in, it can be, that mind is so strong that it can really distract you and deter you from really getting off and getting back on track. It can really put a stop to that, or at least hold it up. So, but from nutrition wise, I know eating, increasing my vegetable intake, and it can be a challenge. Logging my food, I'm not really. I was telling a client today, it was a lot easier for me to log my food on a daily basis when I knew when I had a goal, like a specific goal, like when knew I was going to be on stage, I knew I was going to compete. Because one thing I always said to myself, I don't ever, and I'm gonna say I will not get on stage if I am not at least looking the best that I can look. That so I don't want to be one of those people on stage that look like I am 4, 5, 8, 9 weeks away from getting to my peak. I've always trained to try to be my best and look my best every time I stepped on stage, because I didn't want to feel that when I came off the stage or the next day that I knew I could have did more. I knew I could have gave my all. So training, rest, um, nutrition was it had to be on point. It had to be on point at all times. Like there was no days off was in overload. But that was my why. That was one of my whys. To look the best I can every time I stepped on the stage. And whatever the outcome was after that is the outcome. Judges are human. They're judges. So you're going to win some, and then you might not place as well on others. But as long as I know that I was on stage and I put forth my best performance and my best practices of training and prep up until that point, that's all I can do. And again, same thing with training clients. That's all you can do, is to put forth your best effort. So, but you have to figure that out and come to that conclusion, within yourself, and really determine that. But for me, like, logging my food, I think that would help some. But I have a grasp of some things I need to work on myself. So I would probably say nutrition is one, um, followed by stress, because that's just a constant. Rest is definitely good, and fitness is strong as well. So again, that's me, and that's where I'm at. And I wanted to share that with you because I'm sure there's some people like me. Um, and then plus also, people look and think, oh, he's Vince, the beast, he's fitness major. And, I hear in the gym, oh man, you looking ripped, or you looking swole, or you looking this or that, in a good way, things in a good way, of course. But it's like, I know that there's things that I can work on, because that's just my type A. And there's things I want to work on. And, I know where my weaknesses are, and I focus more on those than I do on my attributes, or the things that I am, looking proficient in, or feeling good, or looking good in. So that, again, that's just me, and I just wanted to share that, because I hope that it gives you comfort to know that you can be transparent with yourself and be real with yourself about where you are and what you're feeling, so you can really put everything in a proper perspective, create that goal, that game plan, get that why, and really dive into your whys, so that you can take those steps to transform your body to become a better, healthier you. And that is the goal. That is the ultimate goal. At least it should be the ultimate goal, just to be healthier, because life is just so taken for granted in a lot of cases, and life is short, and you never know when anything can happen. Like, I don't know, for those that are sports fans, I know AG has the sports talk on here now, so if you haven't checked that out, be sure to check that out. But with brother Hamlin, in Buffalo, it was just a routine tackle. Nothing out of the ordinary. It wasn't, anything like overly aggressive, but it was just the placement and the timing of the hit and the contact. Went to cardiac arrest. 24 years old, and obviously, he's like a second year in the NFL, so the boy's in shape. he's not like he's was out of shape or deconditioned. He was, I think he was a safety. Can't remember if he was a safety or linebacker, but either way, for those that know those positions, but he wasn't like a big heavy guy. He was a fit guy, good shape. Um, and unfortunately, stuff like that does happen, not just from like football, but just in life. People have getting car accidents every day. People get there's car accidents. I don't know what the statistics are, but I would say every couple of minutes, 5 minutes, there's an accident somewhere. And I remember a brother from my old church. He used to come to talk to me because, that's was really when I was competing and, in prime shape. He was talking about how he didn't compete, at least not that I recall him saying, but he used to work out and he worked out hard. He worked out regularly. Now he has like his neck, he has some fused discs in his neck, and he always has a cane, and he, one side of his body doesn't function, it doesn't move the same as the other side of the body. And we used to talk, and it was an inspiration to me. But he was talking about how he got in a really horrific accident, and he's blessed to still be alive. And he has said that one of the reasons why, um, he no, well, let me go back. So yeah, he got in this horrific car accident. I said before that, he was working out regularly. He was really in great shape. Took care of his body regularly. It was a lifestyle for him. He was, like I said, I don't know if he was competing or not, but he worked out a lot. Nutrition was good, and he just really took care of his body, and he had a lot of muscle. And you can even tell by looking at him that his size he's at now. You can tell that he was pretty solid, because he still is pretty solid for the most part. You know, so he said had told me like, I was just routine, nothing's particular, and it was not a rainy day, it was regular weather outside, driving down the road, got in this accident where car rolled, was really horrific, he said. They had to use the jaws of life to get him out. Um, had the ambulance came, of course, they had to take him to the hospital. He's in the emergency room in surgery for hours. Said he had multiple surgeries since then. Back then, after that, after the initial procedures that he had done, and they didn't know if he was gonna walk. They didn't know if he was gonna make it first off, and then it went from they didn't know if he was gonna make it. Then they didn't know if he was gonna have full function in one side of his body. To didn't know if he was gonna be able to walk again. But again, blessings to him. He was able to walk. Of course, he say he has a little cane on for one side that he has to help him. But he can walk. He has full function in his mind. He's very coherent. Um, but the doctor had told him later on, during one of his follow-ups, or a couple of his follow-ups, they had told him that the thing that saved his life, um, the thing that prevented him from being crushed by the car, because like I said, if you have to use a jaw, if you have to get the jaws of life done, or they have to use the jaws of life to get you out of a vehicle or vessel, then it's pretty bad. It's bad shape, and you are in bad shape, because they usually don't. If you're in the jaws of life, then you've been compressed or contorted some kind of way. Um, stuff is mangled. So if you can, most people have seen accidents either in person or on TV. So, so I feel comfortable in you knowing what that means by if it's a horrific accident, or if they have to use the jaws of life to get you out. But they said, it was a blessing that or a miracle that he was still alive, that he didn't get crushed. But what the doctor had said was one of the main reasons why is because his muscle mass, because he was in great shape. If he was not in good shape, or if he didn't have a good, enough muscle, it probably would have been crushed by the car, they said. So, without always, it was always nice talking to him, because it was a real big inspiration um, to know. Like, I already was on that level, on that knowledge base anyway, that path, but to know that is more to it than just um, looking good. You know, having nice abs or having nice curves, nice butt or legs, thoughts, big arms, whatever. It's a lot more to it than that. And but all that starts with you taking the challenge and operating in those four pillars that we talk about: getting nutrition, fitness, stress management, and proper rest. By doing those things, you put yourself in a better position, both long and short term, in your health and your wealth. You know, your journey to become a healthier, better you. So again, if this, any one of these, if it's one, if it's two, if it's all four, please don't. And we do check messages, so make sure that you go on and and put this in the chat later. And you know, if you have any questions about any of those, of course, you can always hit both one or both of us up. You can hit me up, of course. Phone number is 916-410-1950. You can hit up teamfitnessmajor.com. You can just hit me up one of my socials. You can hit me up, you know, you can DM me in there. Um, if you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have something you want to comment about on this show, you know, maybe something I said reached you. If you have questions about other topics or any suggestions about topics, again, this is an interactive show. We are moving our time slot to 6 p.m. now, you know, Wednesdays, you know, Pacific time. So, you know, so make sure that you update your alert and your alarm system to where you can make sure that you get on live with us. That way you can get your questions answered and you can make comments and get feedback right here, right now, like live in person, like up front. Like you don't have to wait for anything. You don't have to wait for someone to log into their email. You don't have to wait for someone to check their messages. You don't have to wait for anybody to check their comments. You don't have to wait for any feedback. Get instant feedback right here, right now. This is an interactive show. This is a show for you guys, the listeners. This is not for me. It's for AG to Dad, you know, to an extent, but you know, I can always give AG a call. He can always call me if he has questions. But we came together for this show for you, to help you get some knowledge, to help you get educated, to help you get some guidance from a professional, to help you create a better well-being for yourself. So definitely feedback and comments and interaction is so important, and it is absolutely encouraged. It is extremely encouraged because again, this is what the show is for. It's not just for me to sit here and talk. It's not for me and AG to have dialogue. It's for you guys to get engaged and to get some education and to get yourselves on track. So with that being said, you know, this is the start of the new year, but we're still going to keep this journey going because this is a lifestyle, like we say. So please be sure to make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, donate, all that with your friends, family, loved ones, your haters, anybody and everybody. And make sure that you come on and you participate. Because if you don't ask no questions, you're never going to get an answer. Or you're not gonna say never. But if you don't ask a question, you're not going to get an answer. At least you might not get it when you want it or when you need it. So the best way to get the answers to your questions is to ask. And with that being said, again, don't forget also to follow me on my socials. Hit me up. Hit AG up. And again, I appreciate all you guys. I hope that 2023 is even a more phenomenal year than 2022. I hope that you take that next step and reach that next level of success in your health and fitness journeys. And I really hope that we can come together, and even if it's just talking on here, but if we come together and do some fitness programming for you, really hope that we can get this new year going and everyone can can get a benefit from all the things that we have going on.
Hey, and everybody remember that if you go into the description link, you will find all the contacts you need to reach Vince the Beast. Uh, hope I didn't interrupt. If you're done,
Oh no, perfect timing. Great,
okay,
right on time.
right on time. Well, let me just say thank you everybody for tuning in to Shit Talking Sundays Fitness Tip of the Week, and stay tuned next week. Just like Vince the Beast said, 6 p.m. And man, we got a lot going on this year. There's a lot of things getting ready to happen. So you better hit that like, share, and subscribe button so you don't miss out. There's going to be a bunch of giveaways this year. So let's make it happen. All right. Thanks, Vince the Beast. I'm AG the
All right.
Dad. Peace out, y'all. Be blessed.